Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful week. Like always, I'm continuing with my Pink discography journey, and we only have 2 more videos left in this series. Today, I will be doing this compilation playlist. I will be listening to miscellaneous songs that I found on Apple Music that are Pink's songs she's released off her greatest hits albums, previously unreleased songs, bonus songs, songs I've never heard before. Some of these songs I have heard before, but others I haven't. And also songs that she was featured on. So there are a couple country songs that she was featured on as well. And in regards to the final Pink video in this series, which will be Beautiful Trauma, her 2017 album, I'm actually going to be doing that video this week as well. It was a last minute decision that I made last night, and I was thinking, after this video, I only have one more Pink video to do, so why not just upload both videos this week and finish off the series, which is what I will be doing this week. I will be finishing my Pink discography journey on Thursday of this week. Today's Tuesday, so on Thursday I will be uploading my... It's actually not going to be a first listen video because I do recall listening to the album before when it was released in 2017. But there are songs from that album that I actually don't remember. So it's going to be a nice refresher listening to some of those songs again. But it will be an album review reaction video, and it will be the final video in this series. So look out for that video on Thursday. And in case you guys are wondering as to why I'm not ending this series on her latest album from 2019, It Hurts to Be Human, it's because I already did that video. It was the very first video I did in this series way back in 2019 when the album was released. So you can go watch that video. But I am ending this series on Beautiful Trauma because after that, I won't have any more Pink albums to listen to. We did kick off this video with the iconic song Lady Marmalade. Now, this song featured Christina Aguilera, Lil Kim, Maya, and Pink, and this was such a great song back in the day. It still is. People still play this song religiously even now in 2020. It's a great rendition of the song, and it is from the Moulin Rouge soundtrack, which if you haven't seen the movie Moulin Rouge, I highly recommend it. It's such a great musical. It's one of my favorite musicals of all time. Now, the song Lady Marmalade was originally recorded in 1974 by the girl group LaBelle, and the founding members, I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but the founding members were Patti LaBelle, of course, and Cindy Birdsong, Noah Hendricks, and Sarah Dash. And then in 1987, the song was covered by Italian pop star Sabrina. And then following that, in 1998, English-Canadian girl group All Saints, who, oh my god, Never Ever. Look up the song Never Ever by All Saints. Oh, that song's taking me back. Anyway, All Saints did cover Lady Marmalade in 1998. Every time I listen to this version of Lady Marmalade, I can't help but think of the music video and Christina Aguilera's big-ass hair. That big-ass wig, that big-ass blonde wig, and the makeup and the outfits. But anyway, now let's move on to the second song of this playlist, which is a song I haven't heard yet, and it's called Disconnected, and it's from the I'm Not Dead era. I always feel like there are people listening to me out in the hallway of my apartment because my apartment is very echoey and the hallway is very echoey and it's very quiet right now. People are coming and going, and I do talk quite loud when I do these videos, so I imagine there are people who kind of stop for a second and listen to this guy rambling on in his apartment. What is he talking about? And then they hear me screw up, and then they hear me repeat myself over and over and over again so that I get it right, whatever it is I'm saying. It's very freaky.
Disconnected.
Alrighty, and that was Disconnected from her I'm Not Dead era, and it's a good Pink song. I like how she replicated and mimicked an operator when you get disconnected from your phone or what have you. So I thought that was pretty nice. She's done that a couple times in some of her other songs. Like, I recall her mimicking a flight attendant one time in one of her songs. I think the song was Catch Something. I think it was from her Misunderstood album. So yes, at the beginning of the song Catch 22 from her Misunderstood album, she mimics a flight attendant. I don't think it's the most memorable Pink song in the world. It sounds like a very typical generic sounding Pink song, so I don't know if I would listen to this song again, but I liked listening to it for the first time, I suppose. So now we're going to move on to another song that I haven't heard yet. And it's called a Heartbreaker from the I'm Not Dead era.
I keep thinking about that little sparkle in your eye. There's a ring around my finger, but will you change your mind? Heartbreaker, maybe you want me for the ride, but I won't be leaving here alive. So I'm always watching for someone to show the darker side. I won't be leaving here alive. I might as well lay down tonight. Are you a heartbreaker? Maybe you want me for the ride.
Okay, and that was Heartbreaker. This is another Pink song that I wasn't the biggest fan of. It's just a typical sounding Pink song. It's very average, and I don't think there's anything really memorable about it, in my opinion. I probably wouldn't listen to it again. But there's always this one question that keeps me up at night. Are you my greatest love or disappointment in my life? Are you a heartbreaker? She does say here, there's a ring around my finger, but will you change your mind? And you tell me that I'm beautiful, but that could be a lie. So I'm curious to know if this song is about Carrie Hart, her husband. Temporary happiness is like waiting for the knife because I'm always watching for someone to show the darker side. And for anybody who has followed Pink's life, will know that her relationship with Carrie Hart has been a struggle. They did separate at one point and then they got back together and there was arguing and fighting. They hated each other and then they loved each other again and they wanted to kill each other and then they wanted to hug each other. So just like any other typical relationship, I imagine. But there is in particular, just from doing a bit of research and reading the lyrics to a lot of her songs, I kind of understand the rocky relationship that she has had with Carrie Hart. So now we're gonna move on to the next song, Words. Now this is the Tom Lord Algie alternative version. Now this song is from her I'm Not Dead era as well.
Take Y, take the letter. Words are just words, they get in my way. I don't like ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends. See, like right now, I wanna tell you that I love you, but I don't know how. You don't have to say anything. No. Words are just words, they get in my way.
Alrighty, and that was Words, and this was a great song. I really enjoyed it, and I love the lyrics on this song. Put the H with the A, with the TE, given power, you could destroy me. But put the L with the O, with the VE, give that power, and you don't have to say anything. Lyrically, this was such a great song, and she sounded great on this track as well, and out of the last 3 tracks I've listened to, this one is definitely my favorite. So now we're going to move on to another song I haven't heard yet, When We're Through from the Funhouse era.
There was a message from my mother from about 7 a.m. Said I've forgotten what you sound like, and I'm wondering how you've been. Life is just a little part of what the world will do. Yet it's pouring across, it beats you till you're black and blue. When you're through, you're through. And I'm working out of all the crazy places that I've been. When you're through, you're through. It brings you to the brink, it beats the shit right out of you. Oh, I guess I'm through.
Wow. I was not expecting to be touched by this song as much as I was. This was a great song. Definitely my favorite track so far out of the first 4 songs I've listened to. This was such a powerful song. The lyrics is what got me, and her voice, especially near the end, her singing, just so raw and hurt and powerful, and I love it. This lyric in particular really got to me. I've made it past the age of 27, so there's no use in dying. And all my friends have asked the question, baby, will you be okay? I want to tell them yes, because I know that's what I should say. I've got no crystal ball, and I can't bring myself to lie. And why should I? I don't know if you could tell, but I definitely got teary-eyed a couple times listening to that song. Now, there is significance to this lyric here. I've made it past the age of 27. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure a lot of you know, but there is a club called the 27 Club. Now, this club is not a club you want to be a part of, and it's a club that many prominent musicians are part of, and the reason that they're part of it is because they died at the age of 27. Musicians like Amy Winehouse and Kurt Cobain and Janis Joplin. She does make a reference to Janis in this song as well. Jimi Hendrix and so on and so forth. Another lyric that really got to me was this one here. There was a message from my mother from about 7 a.m. Said, I've forgotten what you sound like, and I've been wondering how you've been. I cried myself to sleep back on the floor. I'm very disappointed that this song wasn't part of her Funhouse album or any other album. It's a great song. So now we're going to move on to her greatest hits era. Now this is her greatest hits album that she released back in 2010, so 10 years ago, filled with all her greatest hits from the first decade of her career. And there is one song in particular I haven't heard yet, Heartbreak Down. But before we get to that, we're gonna listen to Raise Your Glass.
Right, turn off the lights, we gonna lose our minds tonight. Party crasher, penny snatcher. So raise your glass if you are wrong. Won't you come and raise your glass? Just come and raise your glass. You just freak out.
Freak out already.
Shit, my glass is empty. That sucks.
Sucks.
So raise your glass. So raise your glass if you are wrong. You will never be anything but loud. Raise your glass. Just come and raise your glass for me.
Alrighty, that was Raise Your Glass. Yes, this is taking me back to the year 2010 when I was fresh out of high school. Well, not really fresh out of high school. It was about 2 years out of high school. But it was just a great time, just being young. I mean, I'm still young, but I was younger back then than I am now. I am fine admitting that. I'm not as young as I once was, but I still feel like I'm 20 years old. Like, I still have the same amount of energy and optimism, and age hasn't really hardened my heart and made me bitter just yet. And I don't know, I still feel like the same guy that I was at 20 years old. I'm much more mature and wise now, and I'm more outgoing. Back then, I was quite shy and reserved, and I wasn't sure who I was yet, and I was just try new things and making new friends, my first job, going to university, all that jazz, and this just takes me back to those happy times. The song was also written by Max Martin, and this is just an empowerment anthem. In all the right ways, all my underdogs, we will never be anything but loud. And nitty gritty, dirty little freaks, won't you come on and raise your glass? I love the meaning behind the song. It's a great song, it's catchy, it makes you want to dance, and I had a lot of fun. So now we're going to move on to another great song from her greatest hits album, Fucking Perfect.
Made a wrong turn once or twice. Mistreated, displeased, misunderstood. Like you're lost and fucking perfect. So complicated. Look how we are making. World scared, so I swallow the fear. The only thing I should be drinking is an ice cold beer. Why do I do that?
Alrighty, and that was a fucking perfect. Again, this song was co-written by Max Martin, and this is honestly one of my favorite Pink songs of all time, and once again, I love the meaning behind the song. Don't you ever feel like you're less than fucking perfect. Pretty please, if you ever feel like you're nothing, you're fucking perfect to me. Regardless of how imperfect you feel like you are, or how much you don't fit in, or no matter how different you feel, you are still fucking perfect. And this was another great song for me to listen to back then in 2010 because I was a little insecure in my own body and I wasn't sure and I felt different. So this was just confirmation that it was okay to be who I was. So now let's move on to Heartbreak Down.
I like to think that I'm a pretty good kisser. I like to think I maybe broke a few hearts. Was it love, maybe true? Now she gone in my head, you poison me instead. I think I got heartbreak down. I like to think that I could kick you, but it's what you do when you weaken me. What's the Lord think of me? Can't be strong, too late for cool. You're not rid of me. All I wanted from you. Now she's gone in my head. You poison me instead. I think I got heartbreak down.
Okay, and that was Heartbreak Down, again, from her Greatest Hits album. And this was my first time listening to this song, and I really enjoyed it. I liked the melody, and I didn't really care about the lyrics, to be honest with you. I was just enjoyed the melody and the production of the song, and I thought it was catchy. I think it's a great pop song. All I needed to do was get just a taste of you, and now I'm sick, all in my head. You poisoned me instead. Trust me, I think I got heartbreak down. And then she says, here's what we have to do. Stay together, keep it true, can't be strong, too late for cool, I won't live without you. I don't know about you guys, but I do feel like Pink has quite a few passive-aggressive songs where she's singing about this person and how they poison her mind and make her feel bad and how she just wants to beat the crap out of them, but then she goes on to say, I can't live without you, I need to hug you, I need to live with you, I need to be with you, please don't leave me. So again, I don't know if she's singing about Carrie Hart, she could be, who knows. So now we're going to skip ahead all the way to the year 2015 when she... Okay, so she created a song for the Ellen DeGeneres show for the 13th season back in 2015 called Today's the Day. I don't know if they still play this theme song for the show 5 years later in 2020. I couldn't care less because I couldn't care less about Ellen DeGeneres or the Ellen DeGeneres show. I think I'm not gonna get into it, honestly. You can read into it yourself. I'm sure you know the whole scandal surrounding Ellen DeGeneres and her show. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
I've spent enough time alone, up in my bedroom at home. Been kinda bored lately. Today's the day I've been waiting for. Tomorrow won't come after all. Somebody please stop the clock. Oh, don't ever let this day stop. I never wanna go home. No. I'ma say today's my day. I'ma say today's my day. I'ma say today's my day. I'ma say today's my day.
Alrighty, and that was Today's the Day. And regardless of what you think of Ellen DeGeneres and her show, I think this is a great song. It's so light and fresh, and it just makes you feel good. This is gonna sound a little strange, but I don't know how to articulate how this song makes me feel other than it's like when you get out of the shower and you feel very clean and fresh and rejuvenated. This song is very similar to that feeling. But me personally, I don't feel like this song fits the aesthetic of the Ellen DeGeneres show anymore. Now, if the song was about toxic sludge, then I think the song would do the show justice. I think what really did it for me when it comes to the whole scandal of the Ellen DeGeneres show is that Ellen DeGeneres is a person who always preached kindness. Isn't that how she ended every single one of her shows? Be kind to one another. And she wasn't practicing what she preached. She was a total hypocrite. And from what I've heard of the people who came out of the woodwork, people who worked on the show, and the employees, and even the guests that she's had on the show, celebrities who have spoken out against Ellen DeGeneres and her behavior. It's the complete opposite of what she preaches, and it's so disingenuous. So now we're going to move on to the year 2017, when Pink was featured on a song by Stargate called Waterfall. Now, this song features not only Pink, but Sia as well. I don't think I've ever heard this song before. The title of the song doesn't look familiar to me, but like always, if I start listening to it and it sounds familiar, I'll let you guys know. So let's get into it.
I'm in your waterfall. I'm in your waterfall. Oh, I'm in the jungle now. You've been seeking, I've been hiding out. But I gotta trust your flow. 'Cause boy, I'm in your waterfall. I'm in your waterfall. I'm in your waterfall. I lost control. I'm better, but you're too strong. When I'm in your waterfall. I'm in your waterfall. I'm in your waterfall.
Okay, and that was Waterfall featuring Pink and Sia, and I liked it. It was nice to listen to, I suppose. I don't know if I would listen to this song again. I probably wouldn't. I don't think it's the most memorable song in the world. Maybe some of you really like this song. I like it, but I probably wouldn't listen to it again, like I already said. I will say though, I've never heard of Stargate before, so I'm definitely gonna have to check out some of their other music because it looks like they make a lot of EDM music, Europop, hip hop, R&B, so I like all those genres, so I'm definitely gonna have to check them out. It says here that they produced and written for Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey, Lionel Richie, Wiz Khalifa, Britney Spears, Beyonce, Rihanna, Selena Gomez. I mean, the who's who of the recording industry. Katy Perry, Whitney Houston, I mean, everybody. Jennifer Lopez, Mary J. Blige. It says here they produced and co-wrote Beyonce's hit Irreplaceable. And it looks like they also produced Katy Perry's Firework as well. So now we're going to move on to the next song, which is called Setting the World on Fire. And this is a collaboration she did with country artist Kenny Chesney for his album Cosmic Hallelujah in 2016. Now, I will say I'm not the biggest fan of country music. I like some country music, but I'm not one of those people who absolutely hates country music, because I don't. I like listening to it from time to time.
Yeah, we got drunk on loud, singing a couple of words.
Already, and that was Setting the World on Fire. This was such a happy song. It was a feel-good song, and it's winter right now where I live. It's November, but whenever I listen to country music, I always think of warm summer nights, driving down a dirt road, and I don't know, country music just always makes me feel good, even though I don't listen to it a lot, but I do like country music, and I enjoyed listening to the song. The lyrics aren't really anything to write home about. They're very typical lyrics for a feel-good song, and we've heard lyrics like this before in many other songs, but it does make you feel good, and I had a lot of fun. Up all night, and we were feeling so good. Yeah, we got a little higher than we probably should. We were in a hotel singing in the hallway lights. We were striking the matches right down to the ashes, setting the world on fire. And speaking of fire, we're going to move on to the next song called Just Like Fire from the 2016 Disney film Alice Through the Looking Glass.
I know that I'm running out of time. I want it all. We can hit a roll. Just like fire, burning up away. If I can light the world up for just one day, no one can be just like me anyway. Just like fire. I came here to run it, just 'cause nobody's done it. Y'all don't think I can run it, but look, I've been here, I've done it. No one can be just like me anyway. Just like fire, burning up away. I'ma disappear when they come for me.
Alrighty, and that was Just Like Fire, and I've always enjoyed this song. I remember hearing it for the first time back in 2016 and loving it. It's a great Pink song, it's catchy, it's fun to listen to, and it is co-written by Max Martin, which I didn't know. Now, when it comes to the movie itself, Alice Through the Looking Glass, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one, Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton 2010 remake. I like it, but I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and the sequel, Alice Through the Looking Glass, in my opinion, isn't very good. So now we're going to move on to another song I don't think I've heard before. Now, this song is from The Lonely Island. Now, for those of you who don't know, The Lonely Island is an American comedy trio formed by... Oh, I'm gonna butcher these names. I'm so sorry. Akiva Schofer and Andy Samberg and Jorma Taccone. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced those names. I am honestly so sorry. And they formed back in 2001. And they have written for and been featured in the American TV program Saturday Night Live, SNL. This group has done so many other hilarious songs throughout the years, like Mother Lover and Dick in a Box and Jizz in My Pants, I'm on a Boat and Like a Boss, Jack Sparrow, I Just Had Sex. I remember listening to these songs when I was younger. Now, the song I'll be listening to is called Equal Rights. Now, the song is from the movie Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping, and it's a mockumentary comedy film starring The Lonely Island.
I'm not gay, but if I was, I would want equal rights. I'm not gay, but if I were, I would marry who I like. Just seems not gay, wrong, not gay. Then no one seems to care. Sports. I was born this way. Straight. You were born your way. Gay. Gay or straight, straight or gay, it's all okay. The time for changes now. Sports. Lying in bed next to 10 beautiful girls, all straight. Free love, golf club, 2 guys. Not gay, rainbow muff dive. Loving milk, champagne, not gay. Gay or straight, straight or gay, it's time for sexual freedom for all. Sexual freedom for all. Sexual freedom for all.
Okay, that was Equal Rights, and the song pretty much speaks for itself. It's a great song. The intention behind the song is great. It's standing up for equal rights. Discrimination, it ain't right. I'm not gay, but if I was, I would want equal rights. I'm not gay, but if I were, I would marry who I like. It's not fair, I'm not gay, that the government has a say in who I can love. And when you do stand up for gay rights, you're not just standing up for one community, you're also standing up for anyone who has been discriminated. I will say though, the lyrics were a lot of fun to listen to, just like any other Lonely Island song. I mean, is this my favorite Lonely Island song ever? Probably not. I like the meaning behind the song, obviously, but this probably wouldn't be a song I would really listen to again. So now we're going to move on to the second to last song of this playlist, and it's another country collaboration that she did with Keith Urban called One Too Many, and this song was released in 2020, September 16th, so like 2 months ago. And it's from his album, The Speed of Now, Part 1. So let's get into it.
I don't remember much about last night. Woke up on a couch, sunrise. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I spent all my money drinking on my own, yeah. But I've had one too many. Come take me home. Didn't wanna call, 'cause I didn't wanna fight. I swear that I was trying, yeah. I keep second guessing, where did I go wrong? I know I'm proud. I've had one too many.
Already, that was One Too Many, Keith Urban and Pink, and this was a good song to listen to. I enjoy myself. I don't know if I would listen to this song again, but if you're a fan of country music and you like Keith Urban, I imagine you would like the song. He is singing about waking up on the couch at sunrise and not remembering what happened last night because he was drunk. And he was drinking by himself at the bar. He was spending all his money on his own at the bar. And he was just staring at his phone, wondering where it all went wrong. And then he called someone to come pick him up. So I liked the story being told there. I'm sure we've all been there. I'm sure we've all received the infamous drunk text from a family member or a friend, or the drunk phone call asking us to pick them up or come get them. So we have come to the end of the playlist, unfortunately, and the final song of the playlist is A Million Dreams. Now, this is from the film The Greatest Showman, and this version of the song, Pink's version, is from The Greatest Showman reimagined. So a whole bunch of prominent singers reimagined the songs from the movie and did covers of the songs. And it looks like Pink's version was released in 2018, so let's get into it.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me. They can say it all sounds crazy. 'Cause every night I am big, a million dreams is all it's gonna take. Share your dreams with me. We close our eyes to see. A million dreams are keeping me awake. For the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Alrighty, and that was A Million Dreams, and I've always enjoyed this song. I remember hearing it for the first time when I watched The Greatest Showman, and I like The Greatest Showman. It's not one of my favorite musicals of all time, but I like it. I think the music's great. This really is a special, beautiful song. A Million Dreams for the world we're gonna make. It's very Disney-ish, and it's very optimistic, and I always enjoy listening to it. So that is the conclusion of this playlist, all 15 songs. What did you think of the songs I listened to, and what are some songs I missed? I probably missed a couple songs. I really do apologize. I know Pink did a cover of Adam Lambert's What Do You Want From Me, which I have heard before. I kind of want to listen to it in this video, but I'm actually pretty tired. This video is quite long, so I'm gonna leave it at that, and in my next Pink video, we'll be moving on to the final video of the series, which is A Beautiful Trauma from 2017, and I will be uploading that video this Thursday. So thanks for watching, guys. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, you can message me, you can tell me other artists I should check out. I'm open to any artists. I'm sorry, my stomach's growling. I haven't eaten yet today, and it's 2 p.m. Oh my god, I'm starving. Where was I? Whatever, just bye.